Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Courtney Marie, and today we are doing a minimal makeup look using only drugstore products, no foundation. Let's get into the video. So I always start off with my eyebrows. I did want to show y'all this brush that I got from Shein. One end of the brush is like a spoolie end, which I am using now, and also my e.l.f. brow lift. And I'm using that to define my hairs, brush them through, and lay them down in the direction that I want them to lay in. Also, this brush was only like $1.50, and I did put the item number on the screen for y'all, just in case y'all wanted to go check it out. On the other end of the brush is simply a tiny mini brush that I'm using to secure my hairs down. Simply lay them down, making sure they do not move, and not too much on my eyebrows. I know I need them waxed and trimmed. However, I'm just working with what I got. Honestly, I really been feeling the thick, natural, bushy eyebrow look that the girls been doing these days. I am going to clean them up though with some concealer, simply because I just really need them waxed. Anyway, on to primer. I'm going in with my e.l.f. poreless primer, and I'm mainly putting that in my T-zone where all my pores are, simply because we're doing a minimal makeup look. I just want my pores to be invisible. I want them to disappear. I want my skin to look smooth and just look like skin. And then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer just to make sure that my makeup stays on all day. And I'm going to put that simply everywhere and just pat it into my skin. So I depotted my LA Girl concealer, so that's why it looks like this. It's in this container. But when it comes to drugstore concealers, I am running to LA Girl, honey, because they got all the ranges, they got all the colors that you need. So anyway, I'm using Cool Tan, and I'm simply cleaning up my eyebrow, carving it out, and just shaping it up into the shape that I want it to be in. I'm bringing that extra concealer down onto my eyelid, not all the way because I do still want a little discoloration, but I'm just going to bring that color down and I'm going to blend it out. So now I'm going in with the shade Toast, which is also LA Girl, and I'm using that to go on top of my eyebrow. Also, this step is really optional. If you have eyebrows that are shaped and waxed and ready to go, you can just skip this step, but mine's are not. Anyway, I'm using Toast, which is more so the color of my skin tone, and I'm going on top of my eyebrow. Cool Tan was a little lighter, which is why I used it underneath my eyebrow, because underneath my eyebrow is a little lighter than my forehead. So any leftover concealer, I'm going to blend out. So the leftover concealer on top of my eyebrow, I'm just blending it out upwards onto my forehead. Now moving on to the face, I'm using that same concealer that I just used, which was more closer to my skin tone, LA Girl Toast, and I'm covering up any dark spots, any red spots, any discoloration. I'm covering up my birthmark because I want to. I'm just covering up any discoloration. I'm not putting this everywhere because I still want a natural minimal makeup look, but I'm just covering up spots that are discolored. I'm also placing it along my cheekbone area simply because I'm going to apply a lighter concealer underneath my eyes, and I just need something for that lighter concealer to blend into. Now I'm using my Real Techniques brush and I'm going to blend that concealer out. When you're blending, make sure that you are not rubbing or swiping. You want to pat that product into your skin. It will absorb into your skin more rather than swiping or rubbing it in. So I'm just patting that concealer into my skin. If you notice, we haven't put any concealer on our forehead because we just used that extra product when we did our eyebrows, but I'm simply just going over my forehead with whatever product left is on that brush. So don't get me wrong, you can walk out the house like this, just throw in some blush, a little bit of bronzer, and you're good to go. However, I like a bright under eye. I like for my eyes to look bright. I like to look awake. I don't like my dark circles under my eyes. I just like a little concealer underneath my eyes. So I'm going in with my LA Girl Cool Tan, the same concealer that I use underneath my eyebrow. And I'm going to highlight my face. So I'm going to highlight underneath my eyes. I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose and also my forehead. And I'm going to highlight my chin area. And already my face just feels weightless. It feels clean. It feels soft because we're just not using a lot of makeup today. For contour or bronzer, I'm using my e.l.f. Halo Glow and it's in the shade Tan Deep. And I'm simply using this just to add a little bit more warmth, a little bit more color back onto my face. So I am blending that contour into my hairline, and I'm also going to contour my cheekbones and also my nose. Now, I do want to say with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour, a little definitely goes a long way. I put 2 little dots thinking it was going to be minimal, wasn't going to do too much. But honey, I've been sitting here blending for a minute. 2 little dots was definitely too much. I should have just used 1 dot, but I blended it out. I got it done. Now I am blending my concealer out with my beauty blender, and then I'm going to set it with my setting powder. Blending out the contour on my nose, I'm using a smaller brush and I'm going to brush that bronzer or contour, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to brush it upwards towards my eyebrow. And looking at this, I'm loving the thick, bushy brows, the boyfriend type brows. I'm loving it. I need to start doing my eyebrows like this more often. Anyway, I'm blending that contour out. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to blend everything together, get rid of any harsh lines, just make it look seamless and flawless. Now for setting powder, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me setting powder and it's in the shade light medium, and I'm going to place this powder anywhere that I put my Cool Tan concealer, which is the lighter concealer. So underneath my eyes, my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and also my chin. And I'm placing it underneath that contour or bronzer just to define it more, define my face more, give my face a little dimension. So I picked up this Roxy blush palette from Ulta and it's by Revolution, and it's doing what needs to be done. Like, it's adding the softness and the warmthness back onto my face, which I love. And the colors are there, so I have nothing bad to say about this blush palette at all. Now I'm going to brush off any extra setting powder that may be left onto my face with my Real Techniques brush that I use for the base of my face. And now for setting spray, I use my Revolution Super Fix just to set everything, make sure that makeup do not move. For mascara, I'm using my Maybelline Sky High Lengthening Mascara, which did what needs to be done. It definitely added length and it made my eyes pop even more. For the lower lash line, I am using this tool that I also got from Shein. It's just to make sure that that mascara do not run onto your makeup, and it did its job. For lips, I'm using just a clear lip gloss. I really don't know where I got this from, maybe the hair store, but I just decided to do something natural, something quick and easy. I do also like using like neutral lip glosses or nude lip glosses, but I just decided to use a clear one today. And now I'm just making my beauty marks more visible. And this is the finished product of my minimal makeup, only drugstore products, no foundation makeup look. I hope you guys loved it. See you next time.